Long way, get the shit a long way, shit a long way. Long way, hit the long way, 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 shit long way, long shit long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way, finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a know but she don't really understand, man. Gotta know but she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal but she don't understand, she be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slave. No, we gotta finish rich. No, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich. She don't understand niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand sometimes we gotta hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get the shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree. Told you the other day that did my palm strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a palm way. When I ain't Atari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Atari. Yesterday she told me that she bout to leave, said fuck it, bitch, we gon' get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I went and got some money, yeah. We gon' get the shit the long way, long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the palm way, yeah. Man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for long, yeah. So we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get the shit long way, we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get the shit the long way, yeah, we get the shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? 1 second, remove. Hello, hello, hello. 1 second here. Welcome. What's up, Nick, Andre, Malika, Owen, Tinfoil Hat, QJC, Monique. What's up, everybody? Hello. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm LJ Young, your host and founder of SMD. SMD is not me. SMD is a family of people that think like me. And what is that? I'm here to share my gift. And my gift is that I understand that capitalism is psychological, split into two parts, positive and negative. All right. This is a mathematical fact. It's not a theory. It's not something that I made up or whatever. It's just a mathematical fact. And it's up to you to believe the calculator or not. If you don't believe the calculator, that's a choice. You choose to do that, right? You choose to be a debt slave. And you're probably thinking, well, who's a debt slave? Debt slaves are the people that live on the negative side of the economy. People that believe they can buy houses with mortgages. People that believe they can buy cars with car loans. People that believe they can save for retirement while having student loan debt older than the retirement plan itself. People that believe they can save gas money on a financed electric car. Those are called debt slaves because none of what they think is mathematically possible. All of it's mathematically impossible, what they're saying, right? Now, just a second here. Now, that was me for most of my adult life. I was the best kind of debt slave. I was the college educated IT engineer, 6-figure making kind of debt slave. I was the best kind. Okay. Those are the ones that make 6 figures, but triple that if not more than that, in debt with a mortgage, right? And you think I considered myself middle class because I was making six figures. I was college educated, but check this out. I went to college for 4 years and kept my student loans for 10 years. Right there says something's wrong. That's wrong. Why would I go to college? Now remember, math was a requirement to get out of college to get my degree, but nobody said, hey, Linnell, you shouldn't keep it. You shouldn't actually go to school for 4 years and keep your student loans for 10. That doesn't even make any sense. Where'd you go? Did you pass? You said you passed math, right? It says on your credits on your college. Yep, it says I passed, but I didn't pass the one in life for some odd reason. What you don't know is when you triple your salary in debt, you see your tax bracket, you can't do anything about it. You're stuck there forever. I know it looks like what it looks like on paper, but if you just do the math, none of that is true. None of it, right? You can't reduce it. Well, anyway, I woke up, found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey says, hey, take the calculator and his baby steps and get out of debt. And that's what I did. Until I got to the part of Mr. Ramsey's plan where he says, well, when you pay off all your debt except your mortgage, start putting away 15% until retirement. But when I open up my calculator and put in my mortgage payment minus my mortgage balance and hit equal, I have no money to put 15% of anything anywhere because I'm in a deep negative. So that's why I left his plan, because that's called business. When things don't start making mathematical sense, that's just a business plan, and that's his business plan. Nothing's wrong with it. It's done every day. I'm not saying anything. I consider Mr. Ramsey a mentor, but this is where I got off it because I didn't need his help anymore because that was going in a different direction. I knew I was on to something. Once I got to zero, I realized I was on the positive side of the economy now. Yeah, where you're not scared of the IRS. Taxes are your friend. Taxes help build wealth. You don't complain about them because you know what they are. They are you, debt slaves. Money, listen, debt slaves, money doesn't even exist for you, debt slaves. And I didn't know that when I was over there. And you're probably thinking, well, LJ, what do you mean money doesn't exist for me? I always like to give this example so you guys can understand. Hold a $100 bill in your hand and open up the calculator app with the other and enter 100 minus your car payment and hit enter. Now listen closely. Listen to my words. According to the calculator, do you have $100 in your hand? The answer is no. That's what I mean by money is an illusion for you, debt slaves. Now, if you give me, listen, if you hand that $100 to me, and then you open up the calculator and put in $100 minus no car payment equals what? $100. So it's real for me. And as soon as I hand it back to you and you look at your calculator, it's not there anymore. You hand it back to me. I look at my calculator, it is. Give it back to you, it's not there. Give it back to me, it is. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's an illusion for you. Now, this is what I do. I help people come from the negative side to the positive side, okay? And then you can be as rich and wealthy as you want to be over here because you sell it all the debt slaves. They buy everything. They are everything. Do you guys understand the housing market would not exist if debt slaves didn't believe they could buy, if they knew they couldn't buy a house with a mortgage, the housing market wouldn't exist. You guys understand it? If they knew it only takes one day to buy a house and not 30 years, the housing market wouldn't exist. Now, this is for the people that kind of hear me and they're like, wow, he's right. And you want to come over and do anything you want. I know you hear me saying this out loud, like, hey, 30, it only takes one day. They have no idea what I'm talking about. That's the psychological part. They don't know that. It doesn't matter if I say it out loud. They're going to call me crazy or he's stupid or everybody would do that. Listen, and even though everything I'm saying is right on the calculator in front of them, but they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. That's the psychological. You don't get mad. You just walk away. You just walk away. I don't argue with debt slaves. I don't do that. That'd be, times are ticking. You guys see graveyards around here? Those are the people that were here before you. They probably thought they had forever too. Once you own yourself, that's it. Time is number one now. Time is number one. What's up, Luminov? What's up, Aaron? So when you come to the positive side, you participate in capitalism correctly. You don't cheat on your taxes. You don't hide money. You don't pretend you don't earn some money and then you only say, "Oh, IRS, I only really made this, but you really made that." You don't do that, because when you cheat on your taxes, guess what you're doing? You're cheating on yourself. If you're cheating, that means you don't know how to play. That's why you're cheating. You see what I'm saying? It's self-explanatory. It's not listen, it's not really difficult. It's not rocket science. And remember this, I discovered this. I didn't invent it. It was here before I was born. Capitalism been here almost 250 years? I'm 53. It's going to always be here. It's everywhere. It's all over the world. We're just listen, we are just in the absolute best version of it. So if you are a finance professional, and you don't understand, you've never heard of this before, you should come see me ASAP, because you are at the beginning of a new economy. My sister keeps texting me over and over again. You are at the beginning of a new economy. The very beginning. Everything is new. They have no idea. Everybody's scrambling. They don't know how to adjust. Right now, you can just come in at the beginning. Right now, you can just come in. It's a whole new world. That's what gets me to the title of this video. The credit card game. I want to share something with you guys. Well, let me take a step back. I want to talk to you guys, especially S&D family. I want to tell you guys something. I had a talk with I had a one-on-one today with a YouTuber. I'm upset that I can't remember his channel name, but I'll put it in the details later. And I was talking to him about my situation, and it has inspired me to start my 6-6. Hold on for a quick second, okay? 1 second. Sorry, but you guys. All right. Oh, now, okay. So it inspired me to start the 6 Cents channel on my birthday month to really celebrate the birth of the new me, of who I am. And those of you that do not know, my 6 Cents channel, it's going to be about being in a 6-year relationship with a malignant, covert narcissist, right? Now, the majority of people, and when I say malignant, I mean physically violent, pathological liar, cheater, lazy, dirty, just, I mean, everything you could think. But you probably would look at a person like me and say, well, why would you stay with a person like that, Linnell? It's called a narcissist. It's called a narcissistic trauma bond. Okay. Now, I feel like this. I was chosen for this journey because I promise you, only the strong could survive such a relationship. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Because if you don't know, the only reason why I got caught up in that is because I didn't know people like that existed. I did not know that. I did not know people like that existed. And for you to really, the purpose of my channel was twofold: to help the people that do not know, like I did, be aware of people like that. I'm here. Or if you are in it, you are in what's called, and especially if you're trauma bonded with the person. I'll give you an example of what is an example of a trauma bond. How would I know if I'm in a trauma bonded relationship? I'm gonna tell you. Okay, this is really easy. If you're in a relationship with a person that says they love you, but they physically abuse you, you are in a trauma bonded relationship, because that is not normal. People that love you do not hit you. They're not physically violent. People that love you, that doesn't even come to our minds to physically harm the person that I'm with. Do you understand? So if you're in it and you're accepting it, that means you're accepting of something that is not normal. 9 times out of 10, you're in a trauma bonded relationship. Number 2, if you're in a relationship with a person that says they love you and you know they cheat on you, physically cheat on you, and you stay with them, that means you're in a trauma bonded relationship. I'll tell you why, okay? That means if they're cheating on you, that means they don't care about your life, because there's a disease out there that will take you away from earth, and they don't care that they're doing it. They don't care that if they take you away early from earth, from your children, from your family that love you, they don't care. That means you're in a trauma bonded relationship. That's how you know. That was me until I escaped. And then once I escaped and realized what I was in, now I was reborn, because now I understand what those people do, what they look like, how they act, because they all act the same. All of them act the same. They do. And this new channel is going to help people that are in it and help people prevent them from getting into it, so you can identify the traits of these people. It was the absolute worst experience I have ever had in my life, ever. But I was placed there on purpose because God knew I could survive it. That's why I'm here in front of you now. Even after leaving this malignant narcissist, still keeps on. That's why I have to do it now, because I need to share with you guys the experience of what happens when you get yourself involved with a person like that. That is my absolute top priority right now. And I cannot wait till January. I have to do it by next month. But anyway, now let's get on back to the SMD part. To the title of this video, the credit card game. Let me tell you guys something what I just learned. Now, what I used to do every year since being debt free, I'll usually get new credit card numbers on my credit card once a year. The reason why I do that for twofold: just for scammers, they're always getting people's credit card numbers and, using them and stealing them. If I do it every year, not only does it make it harder to get my credit card number, but it also cuts off any subscriptions that I might have had attached to that credit card that I may have not wanted anymore. So if I just changed my numbers, I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Okay. So what happened recently, I got a charge on my credit card from a business that I didn't update my credit card number to. I knew for a fact that I did not update my credit card number at this particular business. So they ran the charge. I was like, uh-oh, how'd that happen? So I go to them. I said, hey, listen, you guys charged my credit card. And they was like, well, didn't you have your credit card on file and this and that? I said, yeah. I said, but you guys have my old credit card number. How did you guys get my new credit card number? Well, now businesses, they have a service that's offered by Visa and MasterCard to get your credit card numbers updated with them. Did you guys know that? So if you change your credit card numbers, all the people that you subscribe to will get your new credit card numbers. They all get them if they sign up for this service. I was like, damn. So now you have to. So here's my situation. Well, I had a credit card. I had my credit card assigned to my ex's car insurance, right? And it came out. It was like, ding, ding, hey, we charged this much for that. And I was like, whoa, that's no. Because I purposely changed my credit card number because I didn't have access. That's her account. I don't have access to it. Hey, can you go in there and take my credit card? Of course, she's not going to listen to me. So I'm just like, let me just change my numbers, right? And then all of a sudden I get the charge. I'm like, hey, whoa. I called them. I said, "Hey, that's not authorized." Well, they said, "Haven't you been using the same credit card on this account for the last few years?" I said, "Yeah, that's true." I said, "But not this one." Well, they said, "Well, sir, we can take it off now, but we can't take this charge back." Blah blah. I'm gonna go dispute it in my credit card. I'm not really worried about it. But I said, "How did you guys get my new numbers?" That's what I want to know because I didn't give it to you. They said, "Oh yeah, we can just have that updated. We just request it." And then when I went in there, because when I first went in there, I saw my old credit card numbers, and as soon as I was chit chatting with them on the phone, and I refreshed my screen, it had my updated numbers in there. I was like, "How in the hell?" It's a service. You better believe with this new subscription-based model that we live in now. You better believe all those businesses have signed up for that service. You know how many people don't know that their credit card, because I said, just like, and this was, so crazy. This is what I did too. Because I was kind of hip to this. So I said, all right, when I got my updated numbers, I said to them specifically, I said, you guys do not update my numbers. But I know it's a question that's not asked. I know it's not, because I can tell by their response. I said, put it in my notes that you guys will not update my credit card numbers with no vendors. Oh yeah, sir, we'll put it in your notes. And I'm like, okay. But you guys got to remember, that's without your authorization. That's not even your permission. That's an automatic. They offer that service to businesses. Do you guys? I did not know that. I said, "Wow, that's a good one." Okay, okay, so that forces you to go where you need to go to unsubscribe. I mean, you have to go unsubscribe now. You ain't really got no choice. Because I didn't really feel like dealing with all the places that I might have had subscribed up to. I don't really have that many now, but if put it this way, if you mess up and make the mistake of putting your credit card on somebody else's account that you might be in a relationship with, and you break up and you forget about that account, or you might think like me, hey, I'll just change my numbers. When they try to run the card, it's not going to work, and you get a charge on it, you're going to lose that money. Probably. I don't know, maybe. But I know when I was on the phone with him, I said, hey, okay, I'll figure this part out, but make sure my credit card is not on that thing no more. No more. No more. They said I said, is it off now? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. That is, man. And then, like I said, in this new subscription financial world we're in right now, people think the same thing. Oh, let me just get some new credit card numbers, and now all these places won't be able to get no money. And then they're gonna be surprised when them charges still come out on the next round of payments. I think I think people are also, the people that are signing up for like Uplift and all these payment plans for airline tickets and stuff like that. I think they're giving these businesses uh, fake emails and false emails. Hold on for a quick second. Let me see something. Uh-oh. Let me check. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know why everybody wants to bug me right now. Hold on for a quick second. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Privacy app is good. Okay. Term credit card numbers. Like temporary credit card numbers you're talking about, Andre? Like those virtual credit card numbers? Is that what you mean? Yeah. That's why that's why I keep saying this is okay, virtual credit. I kind of figured that. I was kind of looking at that as soon as I heard they were doing that, I was like, okay, there must be something that's going to be able to be able to counter that, because that's really pretty bananas anyway. So now I don't know if they will they do that the same no. If you said cancel the credit card altogether, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Sure doesn't. No protection at all. Debit card has no protection at all. No, I'm always use the credit card, Gabriel, because the credit card companies have trillions of dollars. Okay, trillions. All right, so I'm gonna go with the credit card companies. Because that's the lovely thing about when you're debt free and a credit card. When you're debt free, put it this way: when you're debt free, you create a particular pattern of how you use your credit card. All right. And the credit card companies can clearly see that your pattern is different than millions of people. Okay. I want you guys to understand something. Your credit card patterns are different than millions of people. Your credit card pattern will tell the credit card companies that you understand that they are a business. The way you use your credit card companies will know that you understand credit card companies are a tool, a financial tool that you use for something, to do something. It's a tool, but your pattern will show that. So if somebody steals my credit card number and does something right somewhere from another state or in some odd number, they're going to clearly see that it's fraud, because if I've done XYZ on my credit card for 10 years, for 15 years, and then something comes like that, it's not going to be any problem. No matter how much money it is, they'll clearly see that it's fraud. They will see that they're not making it really, if any, money off the credit card. If any interest, it counts on how you're using the credit card. It really determines by that. I'm just talking personally, right? Personally, they're going to say, oh, they're not making it. We're not making any money off this person. So they clearly know. Correct. Should not be used at all. Even though I'm still, hey, Andre, still, even though I'm guilty of it, I do it still. I do. I do. I know I should stop. But what I do with my debit card is that I have the lock feature. So I always leave it on. I don't use it much. So it's always on lock. I always have it locked down or blocked or whatever it's called. Now, as far as the SMD side of things and things like this with the credit card companies, what they do, after a while, it just gets boring now. I can tell my time to this side of things have, because it's really starting to be repetitive, right? It's really, they'll do something new, uh as far as what they do to debt slaves, it's really nothing new. It's just the times and the way it's done is the only way that changes. Put it this way. So say like this. Back in my days, when you wanted to get a ridiculous interest rate loan, you would walk into a building, and it's called fast loans or money quick or always something to do with fast and quick money. Okay. That's the danger signs, right? But those are physical buildings. Now You guys all have an app to do it. Now you guys can break things up in 4 easy payments. It's the same thing. It's really the same thing, but loans all online now. Now, what you guys don't understand, if you're new to the channel, if you use buy now, pay later services, that means you're a debt slave, because only debt slaves break a pair of shoes up in 4 easy payments. It's with people that understand how it works. This is how a person that understand how it works come up to a pair of shoes. I don't have the money to buy the shoes. Guess what? I don't buy the shoes. A person that doesn't understand money comes up to the same pair of shoes. I don't have the money for the pair of shoes, but I can break it up in payments. Yes. Okay. I'll do that. That's for the people that don't understand. And if you agree, listen, if you agree to break a pair of shoes up in 4 easy payments, you are their target audience. You are the person that says, that absolutely refuses to say, I don't have any money. You just won't say it. Just that's all you got to do is say it. And if this is you, you know why you don't want to say it? Because you think everybody around you has money. They don't have money either. The majority of people who you see, you believe have money, say like this is you. You use like overdraft protection. You think that's normal. You use buy now, pay later services. You have multiple buy now, pay later services open. They used to do all that. People used to go to multiple buildings. Now you guys go to multiple apps doing the same thing. Now you're trapped in a loop, paying one, get a loan to pay off the other. Now you're trapped. How you gonna get out? Only debt slaves do that to themselves. I forgot where I was going with that. Debit card has some protection. Oh, debit card has some. Mine was compromised twice. Got back my money. It took a week or so before the. And see what I'm saying with that, Omanike, with credit card companies, is instant. You don't have to wait. You don't have to. It's not affecting directly in your money. They know, So that's all I'm saying. I only use my debit card because the grocery store I go to only accepts debit or cash. Yep. Okay. I use the debit card for the ATM. That's what I do too, mainly for the ATM. If I have to pull out cash, credit card for everything else, I'm still working on getting down to zero, where it's only a tool and never a necessity. But yes, you will, because it already starts here. It already starts here for sure. You don't need them shoes. I put it this way: the iPhone 15 came out. I wish I could see the numbers of how many people bought the iPhone 15 using Apple Afterpay. Oh, I wish I could see those numbers. Oh, you guys don't even understand. If you're listening to this video and you used Apple Afterpay to finance your new iPhone 15, do you guys understand millions of people did that? I want you guys to understand this. I don't even have to see the numbers. This is why I don't even have to see the Apple Afterpay numbers. You know why? Because I know how many people are using the services now, right now. Buy now, pay later services are making multi-millions of dollars. So you know for a fact how many people actually use Apple Afterpay. I don't even need to see it. I don't even need to see the numbers. I would like to see them, don't get me wrong, but I don't really need to see them. Apple, this is the only difference with Apple. Apple gets to keep all that money in-house. They get to keep it all that Afterpay money. They get to keep it. Those buy now, pay later services attached to all the other companies, those are outside businesses. They're getting all that money and part of the big businesses' profits. That you think the big businesses like that? No, they don't like that. Hell no. What company is going to be happy that they got to hire a different company to come in and take some of their profits because they have to do it? You guys don't understand. You guys see Apple Afterpay? You guys see that? Apple had to do that. That's not a choice. They just chose to do it in-house, which was smart. But they had to do it because if they didn't, guess what? They wouldn't be selling nothing. iPhone sales would have been down. Do you guys understand that? Way down if they didn't offer that service. They can't afford that. Nobody can afford that. Congratulations, Apple. Congratulations. iPhone. I haven't even looked up the different levels. What levels do they got in the new iPhone? Titanium, platinum, diamonds. Is it still square? Is it still the same shape? Different camera lens? Those guys, all the phone manufacturers are brilliant, right? They make the phone really slippery. Now you have to buy a cover. You cannot get a phone without getting a cover. No cover is not even optional. That thing will slip right out of your hand. Now, I remember when Samsung came out first, they used to come with grippy backs on theirs because you could just pop it on and off, change the battery, whatever you want to do. And you didn't really need a cover. I was always good with my phone, so I didn't really need it. But then they made the back slippery like apples. So as soon as the covers start coming out and people start putting the covers on there, now you can't really tell who's got a newer phone and not. So what they start doing, changing the lenses around, change the lens shape. So now when you see somebody's phone, it might have still the same shape as all the Apple phones do, but all you got to do is look at their lens now to see if they got a newer phone. Congratulations, Apple. Congratulations, Samsung. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Congratulations. Man, can you imagine how many people are buying these phones? Oh, it's already bad enough you financing a phone. But if you use an Afterpay service to buy a phone, oh my God. Mm. Oh, dead slaves. They're making, that's got to be a high default rate on that, though. It's got to be just like crazy. Because you got to remember, only debt slaves use Afterpay services because they have no money. What happens when you guys start missing payments? What happens then? Because a lot of you guys got to be defaulting on these buy now, pay later services, and they know it. They know because they know the people that are getting them. You guys are the people that are probably behind on your car payments. You're using overdraft protection. You're using overdraft protection like it's a normal service, like it's really a service, right? Until you find out who they're protecting you from. For those of you guys that use overdraft protection like a normal service, wait till you find out who they are protecting you. Who are you paying them to protect you from? It's going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, what? You mean the whole time? Me? What do you mean me? Oh. Malika says, I have no idea what these phones look like. I am so frugal that I'm not getting them iPhones. I don't even, you got to remember, Malika, when you understand how it works, right? Your perspective of the world is totally different. You don't really, you're not keeping up with the latest. You know, when you see these big, okay, this is what's so crazy when you understand how it works. Now, when I look at these Apple events, with the new stuff that's coming out, and these events are big. People fly in from everywhere. They got a stage pass so they can sit up front, all so they can finance Apple stuff. Hey, come see what we're about to offer you guys so you can finance it. There is no way I'm going. Listen, I'm not going to no Apple event. I'm not. Unless I'm invited to be on stage, I'll go. But just to sit in the audience and go, ooh, push the button, push button. Wow, it does this. Ooh, what's different from last year? Nothing. Is it the same shape? Yep. Oh, this one has iOS 75,000. Oh, okay. All right. It's crazy, man. Crazy. That reminds me of like when a Chick-fil-A opens, right? And there's lines around the corner for chicken. You're gonna spend an hour and a half of your time in a line so you can get a chicken sandwich. Are you serious? An hour and a half of your lifetime is worth a chicken sandwich to you? Really? Oh, hell no. I ain't doing none of that. None of that. None of that. That time becomes number one. Listen, man. Listen. I'm a totally, when you guys get on this 6 Sense channel, you guys are gonna understand I'm just a totally different person. Sometimes when I look at sometimes I'll think about the old me, and I'll laugh at some of the stuff that I accepted from this ex of mine. Now, okay, so you guys understand, when I met her, she was debt free, because that wouldn't have happened at all, because when you're debt free, you don't date. I know you guys don't understand this. You don't date debt slaves when you become debt free. So you're not going to date a person that's using a buy now, pay later service. You're not going to do that. Okay. If you date somebody and you find out they bought their new iPhone with Apple Afterpay, you better end that relationship right now. You better end it. Because guess what? If you follow through the process, guess where you're going to be at? In a courtroom with a judge dictating your paycheck for the next 20 years of your life. Do you want that? No, you don't want that. See, she passed that part. It was just this next part I didn't know about. And some of the stuff I'd laugh. I'm like, there's no way I would accept any of that shit. Any of that. I'd have been like, what? Oh yeah, you're out of here. I'm out. No. It brings me back to even being a debt slave. I remember being in the debt matrix and everybody telling you, hey man, if you want to get a house, you got to have your credit score up. You got to have a good score if you want to get a good credit loan or get a loan. I'm like, why do I want to be in a property for 30 years of my life? I used to always question that. But I still got sucked in because all the debt slaves, stop throwing away money on rent. Stop making a landlord rich. Do you guys know those are probably bank started slogans? Hey, stop throwing away money on rent. Did you guys know that's an unfinished sentence? That's not even a full sentence. Stop throwing away money on rent. Give it to us through a mortgage instead. That's the finishing sentence. Stop making your landlord rich. Get a mortgage and make us rich instead. Love the bank. That's the finished sentence right there. When you come across a person comparing rent versus mortgage, there is no comparison. One, one is an expense and the other is debt. When you rent, that's an expense. You have to pay to live on somebody's property. They take care of whatever and all the problems. And that's an expense. That's not debt. Rent is not debt. Unless you have a lease, once the lease is up, guess what? You can just go, goodbye, I'm leaving. You can't do that with debt. You got $300,000-$400,000. You can't get into a mortgage and one day wake up and say, you know what? I don't want to live here no more. I'm tired of paying a mortgage and walk away. You can't do that. You got $500,000 in debt right there. You're not going, that's not rent. So like here, so you young people, you guys can understand. When somebody tells you that they're paying less than what you're paying in rent, their mortgage is less, they don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea. They're in 30 years of debt. You're not. Listen, renters, you're in a 1-year lease that you can leave. They're in a 30 years worth of debt. 30 years. You're in a 1-year lease that you can walk away. There's no comparison. What are you talking about? Say like your rent is $1,500. The person says, hey, I pay $750. Oh, I pay half than what you pay. No, you don't. You don't. You got plus 30 years. They always forget the time. What do you mean? You got a 1-year lease and you're goodbye. See, and go do whatever you want to do. What's up, Malika? Do they still do that? Do they still do that for the iPhone? Stand outside? Do they really do that? The first thing I heard when I chimed in was LJ saying, oh my God, with his head down. My life right now, you guys, I want you guys to understand, my life is on such a fast upward trajectory right now. When you find yourself, let's put it this way, when you find yourself, you will see that as long as you ignore it, just as long as you don't pay attention to it, energy, remember, energy is energy, okay? Remember that energy is energy. Even when it's positive and negative, it's still energy, right? And if you don't feed negative energy back, it propels you, it helps you. It will help you advance. The negative energy actually helps you. If you just see it for what it is and just don't pay attention to it, it just helps you propel. It really does. You just can't, because negative energy wants a response. You just don't give it to it. Don't even pay attention to it. Watch how things just turn around. I am this person has actually just helped me tremendously. Trying to do bad things, but helping me tremendously. I just stay out the way. Wow. Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate. Oh shit. Thank you. I'm here now. Anything negative is behind me. I don't allow it. Money wise, psychological, it's not in my life anymore. And I know a lot of people out there, you don't think you can get to a certain level where you have no stress. I have none, zero. Absolutely none. Stress level, I don't have stress. I don't really call it stress when I'm trying to figure out stuff, positive stuff. If I feel like that, but it's not. People don't think you're healthy. Listen, your health improves. Your energy improves. People around you can feel that you're different. They can clearly see that I'm different. Clearly. They can feel it. As far as S&D goes, I already know that I'm different than billions of people on the psychological side of money and all that stuff. S&D family knows this. This is that you guys don't have to believe it or not. Debt slaves don't know that they're debt slaves. They don't even know it. And there's billions of them. This is the same way with narcissists, people. I'm telling you, narcissists don't know that they're narcissists because that takes self-reflection. You have to look at yourself. And in order to look at yourself, guess what? You have to be alone. You have to be by yourself. They cannot be. Absolutely refuse cannot be at all. That's the downfall. It's really, listen, always depressed. What are you depressed for? I don't know. Just, hey, that's a sign. That's a dead giveaway. They better, hey, tell me why you're depressed. If they don't have an answer, you better leave. That means they haven't figured out something going on upstairs. There's something going on because that's not normal. You better leave. You better not be there. Hey, I'll help you. Come on. No, that's a grown up. If they haven't, it counts on your age too, right? If you're in your 40s and this person is depressed, that means they ain't handled nothing in their 40s. You better get out of there. You better get out of there. Especially if you're an empath, you better get out of there. You better get out of there. You better get out of there. Your credit report, if you're new to the channel, your credit report is your owner's ledger. I try to keep it as simple as possible, especially the younger you are. If you understand this while you're young, you get this now, you're ahead of the game because you're not deep in debt like everybody ahead of you that look like they have money. Your credit report is your owner's ledger. That's that they keep track of all the businesses that own you. That's the purpose of a credit report. Credit scores are reward points for staying in debt with the owners listed on your credit report. Thank you for staying in. Thank you for making our payments on time and making us interest. Thank you. Here's a point. Here you go. Yep, you sure did. You made a whole year's worth of payments right on time. Here's a point. No different than airline points. Hey, thank you for flying with us. Hey, we'll give you 50,000 trillion miles for doing this and that and just whatever. They be making up numbers and shit. We'll give you, make it sound like a lot. What's a lot? Say 50,000. 50,000 miles. You're like, whoa, 50,000. Where can we fly? Hey, as long as you keep making them credit card payments. Okay? Oh, this shit is funny when I say it out loud. It's just when I'm on the planes and they start, hey, we got the credit cards, come on. If you sign up now while we're flying, you better do it before we land. We can get a bonus of it. Oh, really? Really? I got to hurry up and do it before we land. Oh, you better hurry up. I'll take one. I'll take one. Gotcha. They might as well be with a fishing pole. Anybody take it? It's got one. Oh. When you leave that world, man, I'm telling you, when you leave the debt matrix. What's up, Southbound? What's going on, sir? Have to go walk. We'll catch the rest later. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on too long. Take care, S&E fam. You too, Owen. Thank you, sir. Top of the morning. Where you at, Southbound? Where you at? This part of now when I see credit card companies doing like the title of this video, selling the service to update your credit card numbers. I'm like, damn, I'm like, damn, you didn't even have to ask me. Nope. Don't have to ask you shit. Nothing. We doing. That's just like, what this is what it equates to. When you have a mortgage, like the majority of you guys got mortgages, right? When they sell your mortgage and you don't know until you get something in the mail and say, hey, look, we are now the new owners of the house that you live in. You will be sending your payments to us. They don't have to ask you to sell their mortgage. It's the same thing. That's messed up. Now I got to deal with this shit. It's like, hey, listen, I don't know if she's gonna lie about it or what, but I'm just saying I'm disputing that charge. Okay, I'm disputing it. All right. What's up, Cupcakes? How you doing? But as far as the money side go, I'm really excited to start this new channel. I'm gonna start it next month. I am starting next month. Like I said, I had a one-on-one with a guy by the name of Andrew. And let me see. I want to get his channel right because I want to. Let's see. Okay, his channel is called Narc Daily. NARCDAILY. Narc Daily, right? And speaking with him has inspired me to start my channel early. Okay, because I feel like I know for a fact now. Again, I was saying this earlier. I was chosen to do this because I was purposely put into this situation because God knew I was strong enough to survive it and overcome it. All right. And for a person to hear a person talk like the way I'm talking, uh, and have never experienced it, I strongly suggest you subscribe to that channel so you can be at least prepared for it. If you, because there's millions of narcissistic people, millions. Okay, I just they're easier to handle when you're not romantically involved with one. But if you're like this, she was, for me, she was just a girlfriend, okay, with no children. Okay, imagine, I couldn't even imagine if I was married to her and had a child or two. Oh, and there are people that are in these situations, that stay in these situations for decades. Narc Daily, that's a very good channel, very good channel. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend his channel. Highly recommend it. People stay in these relationships for decades. Now, thank God, I know you guys don't really may or may not understand this. Thank God I was debt free. A confident person all my life. Had a family that loved me. I had friends. I have friends that loved me and believed in me. Because believe me, I had to use every single resource that I had available to me to escape this person. And when I say escape, millions of people are in these situations that do not escape. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. Man or woman. It's it's the obvious ones. Like I said earlier, if you're in a relationship with a person that says they love you and they're physically abusing you, you are in a trauma bonded narcissist. That's guaranteed a narcissist right there, guaranteed. A person that's physically abusing you, of course, that's a narcissist. People that love you don't do that. They don't do that. You don't listen. When you're in a normal relationship, you don't have to tell the person that you're with not to hit you. They already know not to do it. Do you understand? The person that's with you, if you're in a relationship like this, if you're in a relationship with a person that loves you, they know not to go cheat on you, and not only risk your life, risk their own life by cheating on you. You don't have to tell a person that not to do that. They already know not to do that. I want to help the people that actually have gotten caught up with a narcissist, and they come out of, they might break up, or usually the narcissist will discard them. But I discarded my narcissist. I discarded her. They want to discard you. They're, damn, I hate it when I'm going I'm going somewhere with it and I forget. I forgot where I was going with that. Crap. I'll come back to it later. But anyway, I can't wait for this channel. All right. Yes, it does. You know what? When I came across Andrew, the way he spoke, I knew that he knew. It's like, and this is for the SMD family that's just catching on with this. It's like when you know somebody is either a debt slave or SMD family member. You could tell right away, right? This is the same thing, right? You could tell that he went through it, came out of it stronger on the other side of it. Uh, you have to have a certain mind to learn from it, why, what happened. And in my case, it was just I did not know. Like when I was growing up, like most people, you hear the word narcissist, you just think it's somebody looking in the mirror. They take, they're always looking at themselves. No, this is not that what you hear. It's not that. The one I was with was the most insecure. Say like she was going to post a picture of herself on social media. She would take 50 pictures, pick one of the pictures. Listen, not only take the best picture out of the 50. When she got the picture, she would use an app to change things and make her skin smoother and put some this and that on it. And I would look at these and take some weight off of her and do all this other stuff. I would say to myself, and I didn't say anything to her, but I used to look at these pictures. I used to say to myself, that don't even look anything like you. Why would you post that? Because they're insecure. Those are dead giveaways. Dead giveaways. Dead giveaways. They're the most insecure. Just those are things that you have to pay attention to, because it always confused me, because I've never been a person like that. I've never been insecure about myself, or I didn't really care about what people think about me. Hey, Linnell, you're ugly. All right, whatever. That's you. You think I'm ugly. So I was always a secure person. Thank God I was always secure, because she's trying to chip away at all that shit. It was like, wow, really? That doesn't bother me. She used to say stuff like, well, you get with a relationship with a person, you guys discuss about what happened in past relationships, right? She would say some shit like, oh, that's why your past girlfriends didn't want to talk to you no more, and they think you're this and that. I was like, first of all, I don't care what they think about me right now. That's like years ago, right? If they're still talking about me and they think like that, that's a problem. That's a problem. But back then, I used to ask myself, why does she keep saying stuff like that? Because they try to break down your self-esteem and chip away at all this other stuff. But I was already a confident person, so that shit didn't bother me. I just thought it was weird why she used to always say it. Are you in a relationship like that? You with the person that tells you they love you, but then they try to chip away at your self-esteem and shit. Maybe it's working on you. Hey, maybe I do. Maybe people don't like me because of this and that. Maybe they are talking about you. You got to consider the source. Who's telling you that? The person that you're with? That means it's their problem. Here, let me give you another one. Say like you're in a relationship, right? And your partner comes up and accuses you of cheating. Now you know for a fact you're not cheating, you're not doing anything. So you don't immediately jump and say, hey, where'd you hear all that from? And this and that. You don't have to do none of that. All you got to do is know, did you cheat? The answer is no. And then you got to ask yourself, well, where are they coming up with that? That's not an accusation. That's a confession. If they're accusing you of cheating and you know for a fact that you're not, where would they be getting that information from? Nowhere, because it doesn't exist. So that means that's a confession. That means they're doing it. Do you guys get it? That's when you know yourself. That's how it works. And guess what? I got accused of it all the time. I used to say to myself, why does she keep saying that? Why is she thinking I'm doing? I'm not doing anything. Why? It's a confession. Are you in a relationship like that? You're probably in one. If the answer is yes, and you're not doing anything. Yeah. But when you're in it, like, and I'm just telling you from the outside perspective, because when I think about all the stuff I allowed her to do to me, it's funny to me today because I wouldn't allow that that would never happen today. None of that would happen. None of that. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I'd be laughing at some of the stuff. It's funny. Hey, you know what? Hey, Seuss, when I think about narcissism and narcissistic people now, and I combine that with social media, oh, my ex had a social media, the one, and this is just the ones I knew about, okay? On damn near almost every platform, Instagram, the one that disappears. She was in groups on Facebook, meeting. Hey, fabulous 40s, all the new dating sites. They just name them different, right? She had all that. That's a dead giveaway. I'm just laughing because today, if I was like, if I dated a person, I started dating a woman, and we decided to get serious, and she still had social media on damn near every single offer out there, and every single one of them looked like she was single, I would just leave. I'd be like, hey, yeah, you're still enjoying life. You need to go continue to enjoy life. I'm just not there. You're there. I'm not there. Right? Because you get with a person like that, and you're like, hey, I don't need all that. Why do you need this? Is all you get with somebody, and you don't do social media. You might have a Facebook, maybe, if that, maybe, right? But the person you're with got multiple. That's a dead giveaway. If they do and you don't, you guys are not a match because they want that. They need to go find that. You need to let them go to find that. When you see them on multiple social media platforms, that's a dead giveaway that they're looking for something. Who knows? Listen, who knows what it is? Outside admire? I don't know. They're looking for something. I never needed that. I don't really care about any of that. I'm on an upward trajectory. I don't need any outside validation from anybody. I know what I can do. I know exactly how I'm doing it. I know what I want. I just say it. Not only is my channel, listen, I really want my channel to help the people that are in it, that feel like there's no way out of it. They're lost. I'm telling you, if you escape, if you leave them, you'll be more you'll be more powerful, more strong, more energetic than ever before in your life. To me, that relationship was a blessing. It was a blessing because I wouldn't be who I am today. I was born from narcissistic abuse. Now I understand. Now I get it. Totally get it. Never mistake it ever again. Listen, narcissistic people are just weak and fragile. Anything you say, you could call them a name or whatever. They're weak. They're not a match to anything. Not me, nothing ever. To me, this is the advantage of what I have now. I want to repeat this, just like debt slaves. Debt slaves don't know that I can see them. Narcissists don't know that I can see them either. They have no idea. Here, I'm gonna give the people another. You might be fresh into the relationship. You might be in a narcissistic fog right now. Let me give you something. The one I was with, I'm gonna repeat this. The one I was with was the absolute worst that I know of, the person I could ever believe in my life that existed. I used to always feel like, first of all, when you see a person like that, none of that is new. None of this stuff is new. They've been doing it, right? I used to always feel like this. Every time I was going someplace with her around her family or some other people that she knew, I always felt like somebody wasn't telling me something. Like the way the people would look at me and talk to me, I was like, they're not telling me something. I'm missing something. And I was. And I was. This person was horrible. But I escaped because I had enough of it. If you're in something like this, you can't tell them. Don't give them a warning. Let them go on believing that they're getting away with what they have been getting away with for years. You might let them continue to believe that all the way to the end until where you just leave them. Don't change. Just make your first. You got to make up in your mind upstairs. You got to make your mind up. I'm going to leave this person. This is where it starts. No yelling and screaming. I'm going to do this. You'll see. I'll show you. You don't say nothing. Continue acting like you're concerned. Hey, where you going? Why ain't you talking to me? How come we ain't sleeping? Just keep on doing it, because if you change, they're gonna know something. They're gonna immediately pick up on it. So you can't change. You just gotta act like you gotta just listen. You gotta let them think that they're getting away with whatever they've been getting away with. Keep letting them do it until the day you say goodbye. When I did that to mine, this motherfucker flipped out. Oh my God. Oh no, no. Why are you leaving me? Oh my God. Oh, emails and what are you doing? Please. No, why did it? You know what I thought? This is what I thought. Now, you guys gotta understand, I'm a different type of person, okay? You know what I thought when I got those crying voicemails? That's weird. She's acting like she don't know why I left. What that's even more scary. Do you guys understand me? That's how you know that's an NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. She's crying because I left her. You're crying because you're physically abusive and I left you? Why are you crying? Because that's a disorder? They really believe that you're going to stay there and accept that type of behavior. Do you understand me? That's what they believe in their brains. You cheat on me. You think I'm a stay? Yes, that's what they think. Until you do it, until you leave them. Are you crazy? Yes, they are. And you can't look back. You got to make it in your mind and don't look back. Once you get over all the other stuff, and then you take a step back and say, okay, why did I accept it in my life? I didn't know those people existed. I didn't know they existed. Exactly. What's up, Robert? Robert knows too. All the all the 6 years of pictures and stuff, all deleted, all gone. None of it matters. The whole thing was a lie, a disorder. You guys got to understand it. A complete lie and disorder from the very beginning. They don't know anything else. So you got to don't be looking at pictures like, oh my God, it could have been. No, it couldn't have been nothing because it wasn't nothing from the beginning. A complete lie about everything. You even have to come to terms with that. You have to completely come to terms with that. That it was a lie from the beginning. Yes, it was for sure. You guys have no idea how excited I am to start this channel. I'm not okay. I have to start it next month. I'm gonna start it on my birth month. Because you guys got to understand this. There are millions of people stuck in narcissistic, trauma bonded relationships. Millions. And you guys, each of you guys probably have a friend that are stuck in one. They can't tell you. You know why? They are so embarrassed by the things that they have allowed their partner to do to them. They can't even talk to anybody about it. They can't even talk to you about, they wouldn't even know how to tell you, because if they told you, you would look at them and say, why are you still with that person? And they won't be able to explain it to you because they're trauma bonded to that person. Let me tell you one situation, okay? This is going to be an example of many stories that I'm going to share on my new channel. I remember one time I was coming back from Washington, because I lived with her at this time, from Washington to South Carolina. Do you know she showed up 2 hours late to pick me up from the airport? 2 hours. I'm trauma bonded at this time. I'm pissed inside, but I know if I got in that car, it's crazy how you think, right? You just don't really understand it. You don't even understand it. I said, but if I mention this, she's going to have one of those narcissistic rages. It's called a narcissistic rage. Getting mad about shit for blaming other things or whatever, right? So I didn't say nothing. I got in the car, didn't say a word, just sat there. She kind of mumbles, oh, it's traffic or something. Narcissists always got an excuse for something. They always late. That's the number one thing for narcissists. Always late for everything. But anyway, 2 hours late. Right there, full disrespect. That's total disrespect right there. Total disrespect. Anyway, we go, I'm not saying a word. As we're driving down the freeway, she probably wondering, how come he ain't saying shit? He didn't say nothing. You ain't gonna say nothing? I said, no, I got nothing to talk about. She pulls over into a grocery parking lot just before we reach the destination of the grandparents' house, right? She starts yelling at me at the top of her fucking lungs in the car in a grocery store parking lot for 20 or 30 minutes. I'm not saying nothing, but how can I get the fuck out of this relationship? How can I get out of this relationship? I got to get out of this relationship. Because I had nobody down there, nobody. And I live with her in an apartment in her name. So she gets done. We drive to the grandparents' house to go get her son. We walk in the house. I kid you guys not. She acting like everything is normal, like she didn't do what she just did. Two different personalities. I'm paralyzed at this time. Like, I just don't, the trauma bond relationship, you really don't, it's really hard to explain. But now, let's go all the way back to the airport now. This is what I would do differently. If I was at the airport and she was late, I would go rent a car and not tell her, because the airport was about 80 miles from us, right? But that's no excuse. You know what time I'm going to land and everything. So that's really irrelevant, right? I would have rented a car and left and went back home. Didn't say a word, didn't call in when she was, hey, I'm here at the airport. I would have said, I'm at home. Because I would have been home if I stepped off the plane and rented a car. I would have been home by that time. I would have let her, went to the airport, said, I'm here. I'd been like, I'm not. How do you know if you have a narcissist? Start putting up boundaries. Hey, you can't do that. No, you can't. Can't talk to me like that. You can't do that. See how they respond. If there's a fight, you have a problem. Just show them 100% love and too much attention. Yep, until they leave the relationship themselves of annoyance. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Let her break it off by being too clingy. If you're in a relationship like that, I strongly suggest you leave with no contact. Luckily, I had a family that loved me, and I was on the other end of the United States of America. Because you better believe, if I lived in the same city or town as her, she would have came knocking on my door, because she was emailing me, calling my family members, calling me from fake numbers, calling my family, my mom, my sisters. Hey, look, I said, if you want to talk to her, I told my family just like this. If you want to talk to her, you can, but Whatever you guys talk about, I don't want to know. Don't tell me nothing. It's irrelevant to me. You will become a totally different person. You will know, I understand and know for a fact that I am different than billions of people. Billions with a B. And you're probably thinking, well, LJ, who you think? You think you're all that? You think you're different? I know I am. Matter of fact, everybody's different than everybody. Nobody's the same. It's really it's just a rhetorical statement, really. It's just like everybody's different. Nobody's the same as you in the world. The only person that doesn't know that is you. You don't know that. I know I am. I'm different than billions of people. I just have additional knowledge that many people do not. That's what I have. Which is a gift, which I'll never abuse. A gift that, let me tell you something. This gift, I had to earn this gift. You guys understand me? First, I had to pay off all my debt to free myself. That is pain within itself. Believe that every single check going to the pay off debt, that shit hurts until one day it stops. Now, I had to earn this part about narcissism. I had to earn this shit. 6 years of hell. This shit wasn't free. I had to earn it. Now I'm going to take this knowledge combined and go all over the world with it. That's what I'm going to do. How do you know this, LJ? Because I keep telling you, I know for a fact that I know something different than billions of people on Earth. With a B. And I can prove it. Now remember that. Always remember that. What I'm saying, I can prove. Okay? A lot of people will tell you stuff that they can do and all this stuff. Not saying that they can't. I'm just one of the rare few people that have the same gift, but I can prove it. I keep saying over and over, it's just a matter of time. Sixth Sense is this relationship was the key. You guys understand me? Getting out of that relationship, escaping it, was the key, the missing piece that I needed to connect with people all over the world, because this happens to all people all over the world. They're not only people in bad relationships, physically abusive relationships here. It's the same in Australia, Canada, Africa, everywhere. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what language you speak. If I can wake up those people in those relationships like I was, wait a minute, you're right. People that love you are not supposed to hit you. No. There are women in bad relationships right now that absolutely believe a man cannot be faithful to them. Do you understand me? They really believe because a man has a penis, he can't be faithful. That is a lie. That is not true. Your experience with probably a narcissist put that in your brain, because that's how, just because my ex cheated on me and did horrible things, I don't think all women are like that. I think she's like that. That's just her. And every woman like her. I don't think all women are like that. Not at all. No. I wouldn't even want you, if you actually got away or lucky enough to get discarded by a narcissist, which is also a blessing as long as you don't go back and you learn from it. You won't go through life believing that. You won't. That's not true. That is not true. All my life, and I'm not even talking shit. All my life, women would look at me, look at my body, and automatically assume that I'm just getting so much coochie. I'm just doing everything. I was never like that, ever. I used to I used to always say to myself, why do women think that? Why do they think I get all this coochie? They're telling me I get more than I actually got. Oh, Linnell, look at you. Look at the way you look. Oh, okay. Projection. People think you can look at somebody and tell if they're good or bad or good in bed or a good person. Or you can't. No, you can't. First is physical attraction. Okay, that's nice, but that's for me. That's where it stops. Until I understand what's up here, I might as well not even worry about the physical part because that's definitely not going to happen with me anymore in my life now. Of course, physical attraction is number one for me. I'm just telling you, I look at a woman. Oh, she's nice. Oh, yeah, I like that. Blah, blah, blah. Now I got to see how she talks. Is she a debt slave? If she's a debt slave, forget it. How's she talking mentally? Where's she at? Oh, yep, no. The first question I'm going to ask a woman, hey, how's your relationship with your parents? If I hear them talking negatively about their family members, oh, my sister, my brother ain't shit, my mom ain't shit. I'm like, you better believe if you hear a person, you with a woman, man or woman, I'm just saying a woman because I'm a man. If you hear the woman speak negatively about her family, you better believe you ain't nothing. Exit stage left. You better get out of there. Get out of there. Dead giveaway. They narcissists are dead, especially if they have somebody in their life and they're like, oh, that person's so ugly, I wouldn't touch them and this and that, they probably have an affair with them. That's why they keep talking about them. If you hear a person, she used to do this with me all the time. She used to pick up like her ex-boyfriend or whatever. I clearly see that they were still seeing each other. Clearly, that's crystal clear, right? But she used to always say, oh, he's so ugly and this and that, he's so dirty, and they were still messing around. Bananas, absolutely. But it's like, oh, that's why you were doing that. Got it. These things will help people around the world that are in these situations that have all these clues. They know they shouldn't be accepting the behavior that they are accepting from their partner. They know that. They want to talk to their friends, but they can't because their friends don't understand narcissistic trauma bonded relationships. They don't understand. And let me tell you something, people. If you are in a relationship and your partner is treating you so bad to where you can't tell your friends or your family, now they have you trapped. You can't tell your mom, daddy, brother, sister that this person is just hitting you, scratching you. And let me speak to the men for a second, because I know for a fact there are millions of men that are in a relationship like mine. This woman hit me, scratched me, ripped my clothes up, off my back, ripped my shirts off, all that. And you as a man, you're like, oh, it didn't really hurt me. It didn't do, and so you excuse it. And then they start getting comfortable of doing it. That you guys got to remember this, men. When you don't check that shit, they will get comfortable and get worse and worse and worse. Today, if that ever happened to me today, I'd call the police instantly. They have to know somebody has to stop them. Instantly call the police. If she left some marks on me, yeah, I'm calling the police. Sure is. She might have had thanked me later for putting a stop to it. Or listen, maybe they're looking for that one man that's going to return the favor. I don't think women like that would hit men that hit back. I don't think they would do that. She asked him, how did the cat get injured? And he lied and said that he didn't know how. She asked him. He must be talking about something else here. Unless I was talking about something, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, any questions? Any questions? Yeah, it's time for me to elevate from the SMD channel. Not even elevate. I'm not going to say elevate to what I keep. Well, I guess it is 6 cents, because 6 cents is going to be the psychological perspective, just like SMD. Okay. And when people come to 6 cents and find out why my channel is different than thousands and thousands of other narcissistic channels, they're going to find out right away. And it's going to be because I'm coming from a debt-free perspective, which I know you guys don't think one has to do with the other, but it does. It really does. And it'll be from the psychological perspective. It won't be a narcissistic channel to where you're going to be like, hey, how can you get back at them? Or what can you do? What are they thinking about? And all this other stuff. It won't be none of that. This is going to be for the people that have decided they are leaving the narcissist and never going back. Not worried about what they're doing, not worried about what they're doing on their social media, not to how to get back at them. Now, what are they feeling like? This is for people that are saying goodbye forever. I don't care. I don't care what they're doing, as long as they're not doing it with me. That's all that matters to me. My channel is going to be for those people that I'm going to help learn and grow from their experience, so they can see how much stronger they are, understanding what it took to escape. It takes an incredible amount of strength to escape a trauma-bonded relationship, which is one of the worst relationships in the world to have. In the world. Hey, what's up, Robert?
Hey, how you been?
All right, sir. Long time no hear. How you been, man?
Oh, I've been doing pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to that 6 Cents channel, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm starting next month. Next month, man. I can't wait. I got to start it.
Oh, no, the comment I put in was I had a coworker who was actually diagnosed with narcissistic borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
And he was telling me about when he was in a relationship, how he was with this girl and he hated cats, right?
You keep going in and out. You keep getting muffled and cleared, muffled and cleared.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's worse now.
Okay. My bad. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
What did you were clear for a minute.
Can you hear me now?
I can. You're better than before, but go ahead.
And he hates cats. But what he did, one night, him and his girlfriend was arguing, his ex-girlfriend, and he while she was asleep, he went up and he kicked the cat in the head. He killed the cat.
Oh.
And when she had to put the cat down, she asked him, like, what had happened? Like, why did this happen? He was like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Knowing full well he killed, but like he was literally a narcissistic person. Like the things he told me is like, I know how they operate. Everything you said is true.
How did she find out that how it actually happened? How did he find that out? How did she find that out?
She didn't.
Then how are you telling me this story? I don't get it.
Because he told me it happened.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing about being an empath. A narcissist would tell you everything.
Oh my goodness. And he would sound like he was happy to tell you.
He was.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, I know narcissistic people. Like I know studies would say, like, it's very rare to encounter one. Nah, that ain't quite true. You would see them easily. Like you said, you can easily see them. All you
Yeah.
gotta do is just pay attention to what they say.
Correct. Correct. That's all you got to do is pay attention. All you got to do is listen. I mean, it's like now, it's like as S&D family members, we don't even have to, we don't even really have to even concentrate anymore. We can just hear a death slave like that. It's not
Yep.
even work. It's going to be, now it's going to be combined with the narcissist so people can understand. It's going to be the same way because the narcissists have a pattern. It's the same shit over and over, just a different person.
Every single time. They love to cheat and they love to manipulate.
Yes.
I mean, it was even like that with my parents, like with my mom and stepdad when I was growing up, and they both was narcissistic. I mean, fist fighting each other all the time in front of me.
Ooh.
Drug abuse.
Like physical, like.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Like my stepdad broke my mom's ribs.
Broke her wrist?
Ribs.
Oh, her ribs. Oh my goodness. Damn.
When I was young. And then my mom hit him in the back of the head with a tire iron when I was 6 years old.
That's crazy, man. That is absolutely, that could kill a person.
Yes, it could.
See what I'm saying? And they do that in front of the children. Now, what happens if you're not strong enough to say, I'm not doing that? You're gonna fall into it and think that's normal.
Yeah, we did for damn near 21 years until he died of mesothelioma when I was 21 years old.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Lung cancer.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But he had lung cancer and never told no one. Never took treatments for it either.
Just kept it to himself. Wow. Yeah. I want the channel to help people prevent it because you know what? When I was with mine, I could feel my health deteriorating. I could feel it. I had stopped doing everything I loved doing, going to the gym, working out normally. I wasn't letting myself get fat or anything, but I was like, I could tell my health was deteriorating because people don't understand the psychological part. It creates that adrenaline, that fight or flight. Fight or flight in your system all the time is bad for your system because that's temporary stuff. Like if something happens, which rarely does, to where you got to run for your life or fight, that rarely happens. That doesn't happen on a daily basis. In my relationship, that was happening on a day, not every day, but every other day or every week for a fact. That is a fact every week.
Yeah. And it also, I had like many coworkers who suffer from extreme anxiety from these relationships, and I'd seen up front how they had to go to the hospital for panic attacks. Like that's like your heart rate just goes rapid all of a sudden. You thinking you having a stroke, but now you having a panic attack from your significant other.
Right. Right. Yeah, I have a whole new this relationship has actually humbled me because when you hear about panic attacks and your nerves are bad, you don't really get it unless you experience it. I experienced that personally. Panic attacks, trembles. You really it's just like it feels like when I broke that trauma bond. I equate that to from what my eyes, when I see a person coming off of heroin, when they're shaking and got a lot of sweats and all this other stuff, coming off a trauma bond equates to that.
Exactly. Sure does.
It sure does, man. It's crazy.
I just say I've seen it in person, and it's like you can see it clearly with them. It's scary. It's like you can not only see the symptoms of it, you can catch it from the beginning. Like I have a coworker right now, and she'll say things like, well, my boyfriend is narcissistic, and I can't get out this relationship. And she'd be like telling me every day at work, like I cuss him out every single day, but it's like we can't leave each other because we're addicted. And I was like, I know what it is.
Is that what she said to you?
Yes.
See, yeah. See, and they tell you right to your face. Hey, I can't get out. I can't leave. They're telling you that they're trauma bonded because now what they're saying is that I'm used to this type of behavior, hitting, cussing you out, disrespect. That's horrible.
Yep.
Absolutely horrible.
I saw a girl who like that's another thing they do too. They be cutting themselves.
They what?
They cut themselves a lot. Like a lot of women now they do this. They'll cut themselves. Like they'll take like a razor blade and start cutting themselves on their arms. It's like
I heard about that. What do they say? Why they do that? Why do they do that?
Because they be going through episodes of depression, and they'll be getting with another. Like they'll get with another person who's in the exact same trauma bonding as them, and it'll be another chaotic situation. I had another coworker like that. She's 23 years old, and I noticed the cuts on her arm. I was like, "How long you been cutting?" And she said 2 years. And like you'll see pictures of them, like women that cut, and it's like they be dating narcissistic people. Like they have.
I gotta read and see why. I gotta read and see why they do that because I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, they depressed. Like
I mean, what does the cutting do? Does it because it's the pain?
Yeah, no, the cutting is supposed to relieve their pain mentally.
Oh.
It's like when you, it's like then they date narcissistic dudes who control them, like telling them don't see their parents and stuff. It's real, and
I got to read about that. I don't know enough about that.
But like once you get into the cutting, it's like it's levels to this stuff. Once you get into you're gonna start seeing. Once your channel gets like started, you're gonna hear from people that do that. But yeah, they
I'm excited. You know what? I'm really looking forward to hearing all the stories, honestly. And if I can be able to help them, because I think a lot of people in those relationships, they don't know that they're with narcissistic people. They don't know.
No, they don't.
They don't know. Just like me. I know for a fact they don't know, because if a person like me could end up in something like that, and not saying that I'm special, more special than anybody, but I'm a pretty confident dude and been like that all my life. And if I got wrapped up in something that I didn't know existed, because today that would never happen in a million years. I could see him. I would be able to see her. I would have put it this way. If I was the person I am today and I met her today, I would have known within the first month who she was. I would have known immediately by the way they talk. Stories never make any sense. That they tell these stories, they never make any sense. They're all over the place, unfinished, don't even make any sense. And that's a dead giveaway too. If you're with a person and they tell you a story and it don't make sense, you better tell them to make it make sense, or she's not gonna stay with them.
Just like how they owe a lot of money and being in debt. Like, wait a minute, this don't make sense. It sure don't. It don't make sense that you owe $600,000 on a house. It sure doesn't.
Now, see right there, that eliminates like 99% of dating problems, because you won't even date nobody who's in debt. No, you won't date anybody that's in debt anyway, so it really doesn't even matter.
On another thing I learned about Nas, they always try to appear as a victim.
Yes. They're always the victim. Yes, for sure. Like, I think that's just one of their traits. That's what they do. They always play the victim, for sure.
But I'm telling you, like, coming from it, seeing it from a kid, going to now, and dealing with it during my divorce, like you will see them more often once you understand it, and it's like you can spot it. But it's a very deadly thing, and especially a man that like beats up on women, because I seen that a lot too. And when I was at Amazon, like I seen it was dudes I knew that physically beat up women, and after they got charged and convicted of domestic violence charges and stuff, they let's just say they got very humble when they met other narcissists in law enforcement. That's another thing. That's the only way you can humble a narcissist, is basically through law enforcement, because it's like once them charges hit and they get convicted, you ain't safe in jail. Cause my uncle, who's a pastor now, like he always beat up his ex-wives. He had 4 of them. We talking about like he beat up one of his ex-wives in front of me.
That's crazy, man. That is just unbelievable.
And I can tell you now that after he had his convictions and stuff, like he changed now, but it took a lot for him he had to actually go to direct like a psychiatrist to get that shit diagnosed. That's how bad his was.
Yes. Yeah. And you got to think about it. When somebody does that and they're not scared of the consequences, that's a I remember there was one time that they get, and I think every person in a narcissistic relationship understands this and they experience this. When you're with a narcissist and they get so angry that it scares you, you can tell that. There was one time I said, I better call the police because I've never seen a person look like that before. And she didn't even care that I was going to call the police. Didn't even care. And I had proof that she put her hands on me. I said, hey, if I call the police, you do know you're going to jail. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, what? What about your son?
Yeah, they don't.
I had to say, okay. I chose not to because I had to think about her son. I'm thinking, I had to say to myself, how come a mother is not thinking about her son? That's scary. See, this is when I was in it. I didn't understand narcissistic people. They don't care, not even about their own children. Do you understand me? People don't really get it.
Yeah, they don't care. I've seen it personally. They don't care. They will put their lives on the line just to be proven correct. They will fight you. Like you got these women, like they'll snap and stab their husbands, their boyfriends, and you got these husbands that would stab their wives, and you've seen cases of this stuff. It's scary.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. They're flying monkeys too. You gotta be careful. Yeah.
They fly out the handle. And when you work at like warehouse jobs, you see, like I do, like I work right now, I see it's crazy how you can see the depression on people's faces when they come to work.
Yeah, I bet. I bet you can really see it. I bet you can really see it.
You sure can. I see it almost every day. Like the women talk to me with their husbands and stuff. They married and everything. They'll be like, I'm glad I can talk to you. Like, what the hell? And then they'd be like, I'm just, this is my break from home.
Ooh, that's the worst. Yeah. That is the worst. When you don't want to go home, when you don't want to go where you pay rent, when you don't want to go where you pay the mortgage, oh, that's bad. That's horrible right there.
You spend an extra hour or two inside the job parking lot just to get your own mind together. That you see it all the time. Like I was talking to one lady walking beside her going to the job. I was like, "How you been?" She was like, "I'm all right, I guess."
Oh shoot! Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, exactly what I did too. Have a good day.
Yeah, it's okay. See you later. All right, because they want you to go. Well, what? Oh, I'm like, oh no, you ain't dumping that on me. Nope. No.
They do that. No. They will do that.
They will do that.
Like, I miss being a stay-at-home mom, but I gotta go to work. My husband, he demanded that I go to work and pay this mortgage. I'm like, God.
See, that's how affairs happen. People go to work, they're attracted to somebody. All they gotta do is catch them on the bad day. Oh, my man, he doesn't treat me right. Oh, really? You guys, and then the guy that been wanting to hit it, he'd be like, well, you guys are, throwing something like, you guys are, at least you guys are still having sex, right? Oh, no, we ain't doing nothing. He's gonna be like, oh, you ain't doing nothing? Really? Wow, that's messed up. And just creep on in. And then that's how it starts. Just like that.
That's how they are. Like, one time I was in the break room, and it was a tall dude, gay dude. He was like, I'm just sick and tired of being here. I'm wasting my time working here. And I like, and the people was like laughing at me for watching the stock market. It was like it all in the same time. And I said this out loud. I was like, well, that's why you don't do dumb shit like work here for 20 years paying a mortgage.
Right.
And everybody looked at me stunned as hell, right? But it gets worse. Later on, I was at the gym working out. Some of the co-workers came to the gym and he was like, well, I worked at that job for 10 years and I make $30 an hour. I was like, you traded 10 years of your life for $30 an hour. He was like, why are you always talking as though you're better than someone? No.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
we at the gym, he said that. But we work together.
So in other words, you pulled your mask down.
Yeah, I didn't mean to, but it's just shit.
He said I didn't mean to.
They tell you, like, I make $30 an hour. I pay this and I pay that. Right. And I was like, well, I could tell by your 401k that you're getting fleeced. When you work for a company 10 to 20 years and you only got for $20,000 in your 401k,
right.
You don't think that's an issue?
Right.
The company loves you, but then again, I clap my hands. Congratulations, company.
Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, you figure if you fully fund your 401k, that's actually helping them too, though. It will help them too.
Yeah. They get a cut, like a tax cut.
Yeah, I'm sure they get some kind of tax break or something. So it really helps you both, really.
But it's like when that hit them, they looked at me confused. I was like, I know. Nobody never told y'all this.
Mm-hmm. That's why you're sitting alone at lunch table. You see?
I know. I know. I just need to say I'm the weirdo now. I'm the new weirdo.
Right, you're the weirdo.
I'm the weirdo at the job, and I'm the weirdo at the gym at the same time. Because when I be at the gym, everybody be like, that weirdo, he coming in here.
That weirdo. He's always over there smiling, working out, smiling at the lunch table, smiling like he's happy to be by himself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another thing. Let me ask you a question. Did your girl, did she have tattoos?
No.
Oh, good. Because I noticed this thing about now they'll get these tattoos, right? But it'll be like these weird odd sayings on them. Like that's another thing about them. Pay attention to the type of tattoos that they get.
Okay.
Ask them what's the meaning of it.
And why you say that? What
because a lot of them got like death tattoos on their bodies. Like the death set, like skull and bones. They be having like certain markings on them that glorify death a lot.
Oh, okay.
Like zombies and like if you ever notice like people that get tattoo sleeves.
Okay.
Like the whole arms and stuff would be covered in tattoos. Like when you ask them like what does that tattoo mean? And they'll be like, I just like the way it's designed. It symbolizes death. Like you'll see like a lot of skulls. You see like a couple of like demonic entities. Not to get into the spiritual part of it, but you'll start noticing a pattern with them too.
I ain't came across that. Then again, I ain't looking either. I'm too focused right now. I'm just
Oh no, they gonna come to you. That's the whole.
I'm sure.
Yeah, the cutting, the tattoos. Like on their they're gonna have them on their arms mostly. I seen women lately. Oh, their piercings too. That's another thing. They love pain. Like they get these weird piercings like on their face now.
I do see a lot of that now. I just thought that was a phase thing that they go. Just the young ones.
They do that because it's a sign of depression through mental illness.
To me, I think once I start, once I speak to them, because I'm not going to immediately judge them on if they got some face piercings, right? As soon as I talk to them, I'll be able to know. I mean, first you got to get past the debt part. If you're in debt, I ain't going to really be interested in anything else you got to say anyway. But after that, it's got to be some other questions, some deeper questions.
The main reason, other than what I know from experience, because my ex-wife, when she was where she has a master's degree in clinical psychology,
Mm-hmm.
and her background was in cognitive behavior. So she dealt with narcissistic inmates from prison.
Oh,
That's who she was counseling.
okay.
And like, it's
That had to
amazing
be a
how.
challenge.
Oh yeah, like she
To
was
be
being
to
turned.
be a woman counselor in a prison, that's gotta be a challenge right there.
Oh man, she used to tell me like how, the prisoners would always size up the women, would know when they on their period and everything. Like inmates, they know, it's like they can like detect when her pheromones is off.
Damn.
It,
Okay.
it's
I guess they ain't got nothing to do but study time up in there. I guess they could pick up some behavioral things easier than the average person because they get a time to focus on it and probably learn from older prisoners that are already in there what to look for sure.
Yeah, because I was like my coworker who was clinically diagnosed with NDP, no, in was it
PD, NPD.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying about he served time in prison for
Mm-hmm.
murder and stealing from banks and stuff. And his ass, he still don't think he did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
To this very day, he's like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know a actual person who was diagnosed with that stuff for real, and they do not see any wrongdoing whatsoever. It's like you said, it is a actual mental illness.
It is. It's a disorder for sure. As long as they're here, long as I'm not personally involved with them anymore. I mean, that will never happen again, especially in a relationship. That will never happen again, right? But as long as I'm not personally involved in them, because I could, if a narcissist was good at something I needed them to do, I wouldn't really care because that's business. But as far as personally goes, they're not allowed in my life at all. So
yeah, that's the best way to be, because once they enter your life, whew,
that's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
sure. Well, I'm sorry that you went through all that, man.
Oh, I'm not. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah,
Now I get the Sixth Sense. That's the Sixth Senses channel was born from that experience. Without that experience, I wouldn't have came up with Sixth Sense.
Exactly. I'm glad you learned from it, because you have you are extremely blessed, because she had multiple opportunities to like almost end you.
Yes.
If things would have like escalated further, ain't no telling what she could have done.
Correct. That is correct. And I, to be honest, Robert, there were a couple times where that had crossed my mind. I was like, would she actually hurt me? And if I'm saying that, the very fact that came in my mind, the answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been with women before, and that has never crossed my mind that this woman would hurt me, right? It's not a thought ever, because of the woman's actions. She showed me that she's just not that type of person. But that had came across a couple times being with her. And I thought to myself, even back then, if I'm thinking it, it must be true. It must be true.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how it is. I'm just glad that you was able to get out of that for real.
Well, as you guys can see, I made damn near 2,000 videos during that period of my life, because what you guys didn't know is that was my only escape from her. Mm-hmm. So you can watch those videos. You guys can't tell that I'm living in hell. You can't tell, because when I got on the mic, I made sure that world stayed on the outside.
Yeah.
Because this was my escape. That 3 hours of time, or however long I was going, you'd be like, damn, LJ's going like 2 and 3 hours, because that was my time. You guys didn't know that.
No, we didn't.
You didn't know, but I didn't allow it in, because that was my only space from her. And she even tried to take that down. Oh, you be on there for so many hours. Why you always try to take that away? But that was a no, that she was not doing that. So.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Do you see it as more as in like, it's my fault for allowing this to happen? Or it's just that I didn't know about it, I didn't understand what was going on, and I learned from it?
I didn't know narcissistic people existed. Okay. That only happened because I didn't know.
Right.
I absolutely, and I always try to compare it to the debt matrix, just like that helps SMD family members understand. We only got into debt and credit because we didn't know.
Right.
Right. So it's the same thing. Like now, today, that wouldn't happen. Right. So I don't really, yeah, being in it, and I was accepting bad things happening, but I didn't know about it. I didn't know that was an actual drug that is built in your system. A trauma bond is an actual drug in your system, created within the body. Right.
Yeah.
So I've forgiven myself for accepting of what I did not know. That's what I forgive myself for. And now I learned from it. Now I'm going to make this. Now this is going to go all over the world because I was born from it. I survived it, and I believe God put me there because He knew I could survive it.
Yes, I believe that too. It's like that was you talking about how the brain rewrites itself when you sleep.
Correct. Neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity. Yeah. And then it's like it like trauma bond. It creates. I forgot the name of the chemical, but I know it creates it though. It's like I want to say serotonin, but that might be a
you mean the trauma bond? The trauma bond? Well, yeah, they say it's a combination of cortisol and adrenaline. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I know. The adrenaline part, but I didn't know it was the cortisol part.
Cortisol part.
So
you know, like when you get, I imagine, and like I say, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going by what I feel, right? When you start getting like, say like there's something negative comes in from the outside, and as soon as you feel it consume you, you know, the thing, that's what it feels like to me when the cortisol would take over my body, would feel like that. But that was happening every week. So my body was like this. And so, believe it or not, your body gets used to this. That's why I have a whole new respect for women that stay in physically abusive relationships. You know, you always hear about, oh, this woman stays with this man and he keeps beating her ass and she's still staying, because there's a psychological piece in there that you don't understand. All you got to do is look at it. Why would anybody stay with anybody that's physically abusing them? Because there's a psychological problem going on there. Obviously. That's obvious. You don't say, oh, she's stupid, he's stupid. No, there's a psychological thing that they can't see, that they need help. That's all.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, sure is. All that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited for the channel next month.
I'm excited too. I'm very excited. It's my birth month, man. It's my birth month.
You talking about December?
December 16th is my birthday. So I'm gonna take this as the birth of the new me in my birth month.
Damn right. I like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm always supporting you. So
yes, I do. I do, Robert. I appreciate you too, man. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with this gift. It's clearly you're gonna do something with it. So you guys are all gonna figure it out. Whatever you guys think is gonna be, I'm excited for you because I know it's gonna happen.
You know what I thought about? I thought about getting into psychology.
Okay. All right.
The only reason I want to get into psychology because I'm good at counseling people somehow. When you work with a lot of people and they all come up to you and they can have like these type of conversations with you with a lot, I think I found my calling. I still like to do finance stuff, of course, but I'm definitely learning that I'm very good with talking to people.
Well, I already told you guys about that. One day there's gonna be S&D counselors.
Yeah, that's
you guys know. You guys are the only ones that can fill that job. There's nobody else. What, I'm gonna put out some applications? Hey, all right, you guys. You know, what school am I gonna say? What school did you go to?
I was
no school. That's right, ain't no school.
I was taking some of my coworkers home because I was driving them home one night and they was like, "Dude, you'll be a good ass mixologist. Like you'll be a good bartender." I'm like, how? It's like you always friendly. You can talk to anybody for hours on end. You'll be a good bartender.
That's that energy.
I was like, nah. I was like, I'd probably be a good counselor because I can't see serving someone like Crown Royal mixed with gin and mixed with orange juice.
Right. No, you can do. You're gonna be doing it without the alcohol. Okay.
Yeah.
People that don't need, they need to hear it sober. They need to hear the information that you have to provide. They need to hear this soberly. I mean, sober. They need to hear it.
Yeah, because you're not gonna listen to me. You got 3 shots of Crown Warrior in you. I'm sorry.
Put it this way. When a person gets to the level of where they're gonna talk to her, because first of all, it's gonna be a ridiculous price, right? So by the time they want to pay for a S&D counselor, they're obviously going to be ready because they're going to pay for what it costs to talk to a counselor. So by the time they're on the phone with you, they won't be wasting your time. They'll be there to hear the information that you have to provide. That's what the price means.
Mm-hmm.
You make it $1,000. Those people that spend $1,000, that means they're serious. They're serious about changing their lives. I don't want anything less. If you don't anything less than that, don't talk to me. You're wasting my time.
Indeed. It's just amazing. Like you can see it on their faces, and they would come up and tell you about it as well. Like I had this older lady, she's like, "You can tell I've been here for 30 years." I was like, "Yeah, I can tell. I see it on you." She's like, "I'm ready for," and then she was like, "I'm ready for retirement." But I told her, retirement is not an age.
I'm surprised you're talking to him. I really am surprised you're talking to him. I'm very.
No, they're talking to me.
They're approaching to you. Okay, that's right. They're talking to you. They're coming to you. So it's free game then if they're coming to you. You're right.
Yeah, they coming to me with all types of interesting issues. They be like every day. They was like, there go this happy ass motherfucker again. Why she gonna turn he gonna grab the remote control right in the break when he gonna turn on the stock market. Like he got all the goddamn sense.
Is that what they really say? Is that what they really say? Wow.
They do say that.
Wow.
Like they be like, come on, man. We was watching ESPN.
Oh wow. You said what Jack, which channel did you try to subscribe to? This one or my 6 Cents channel?
He talking about 6 cents.
Huh?
Talking about 6 cents.
6 Cents won't let you subscribe to it?
No, when you scrap on the 6 cents, like nothing is up there yet, obviously, because you ain't started it yet.
Oh. He said I subscribed to your new channel, but it didn't work when I clicked on it. When he clicked on the subscribe button.
Probably because when he tell him to hit the button, like when it says subscribe, hit the bell to all. But since you ain't putting that up there yet, it's just gonna look blank. But it's like but he's already subscribed. It's just that it ain't no videos up there.
Oh, ain't no videos up there, so it responds differently or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Like, cause when you start making videos, that's when we'll get like the notifications for it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm about to put a video together. I'm about to put a video.
When you do make a video, tell everybody to hit the when it says subscribe, hit the all notification. Don't hit just subscribe, because it's not going. When you hit just subscribe by itself in the middle, it doesn't always let you know when you're coming out with a new video. But if you hit subscribe and it has the option, it hits the all on it, then everybody would get notifications like 30 minutes before you even come post the video up.
Oh, if you hit all.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be like
okay,
it's the same way with your SavingsMinusDebt channel. It's like for me, like when you come up with a video, it'll be like SMD video coming up in 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that before. Okay, I've seen that on other channels I'm subscribed to. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same way.
Okay.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go.
All right, sir.
Good to see you again, and happy early birthday, because it's about to come up.
Huh?
I said it's because it's about to come up, December the 13th.
Yes, December 16th is my birthday.
Oh, 16th. Oh, why did I get your days wrong?
54.
Yeah. Oh, that's a blessing. It's a privilege to see 50.
It is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm here. It's crazy. I'm 54, but I just like, damn, 54 already. But it don't feel like that because I guess because I took care of myself, maybe. But
indeed, we trying to see 84.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to see 104. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you take care of yourself.
All right, sir. Thank you for jumping up, Robert. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Later. What you say, Hoop Therapy? I think it would make sense if you had one channel with your name or overall brand name with SMD and 6 cents content in sections, so you can cover a variety of topics without being well, put it this way. I know it seems like it'd be together, but it's not. It's definitely 6 cents will be separated. More likely SMD will be under 6 cents, because you got to remember, SMD, I know it's hard to understand this part, but SMD is the type of knowledge that the majority cannot know. Okay, they just can't. So I understand why SMD is not blowing up all over it, because it's probably never going to do that, because it's not supposed to do that. SMD is more designed for the select few of people that want to be wealthy, want to create generational wealth, the people that are driven, that want more out of life, but they know they're missing a piece and they can't figure out why they can't get ahead. Something's missing. What they don't know is that piece is SMD, because when I was in the debt matrix, I also knew I had a missing piece, so SMD is that piece. 6 cents is more of, it's going to connect with millions of people in a different way, because millions of people are in the same situation that I was in, but I didn't know. I didn't know I was in that situation, even though I was being treated like purity garbage in that relationship, bad, horrible. But I didn't know. I was like, what's going on? This is weird. And then, so I'm going to help all these people. Because from what I've read, there are people in these relationships for decades. Don't wake up, marry the person at 20, stay together, being treated horrible, staying because of the kids, and they got a business and this and that, and then finally escape in their 60s. Health is bad now. You better believe, man, I'm going to tell you guys something. My health was deteriorating. I could feel it. Right now, everything is a positive in my life. Everything. Successful businesses. My health is getting better. Man, just everything. 6 cents is going to be the channel that's going to help people recognize SMD channel. SMD channel will blow up once 6 cents channel blows up. That's what's going to happen. They're going to make the connection. Yes, it will, Omanike. It's going to go deep. Deep. It's going to be finding a lot of people's damage, for sure. That coworker wanted to sleep with you. Yep, that's exactly, Malika. You're right. When a woman, I knew this when I was at work, and a woman would come talk to me about her marital problems, or if anything that related with sex, I say, you're just talking to me. You're saying that to me because you want to do that with me. I'm not doing any of that. That's how people get killed. The Birdman had I know. Oh, what's wrong, girl? Oh, your man ain't treating you right? Okay. You want to go to lunch? Yeah, let's go out to the car. Yeah, you don't. Matter of fact, let's just eat lunch in the car. You want to eat lunch in the car? Yeah, come on. I do not participate in any work activities. They plan them, and I know I ain't coming exactly. I don't do none of. Hey, if I had a job, I wouldn't be doing none of that. What you say? I have headphones on, watching shows or other stuff. Oh yeah, okay. I read that. Okay, it works. I've said. Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, you guys. Thank you, Malika, for putting that up. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be starting that channel next month, and I'm excited about it. You guys can kind of tell when I'm talking about debt stuff, I end up veering off about the 6 cents channel stuff. I got so many titles that I'm going to do. I've been writing down all my video titles, man. It's going to be endless, man. Endless. Yeah, I appreciate it, Robert. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for throwing that up for me, Malika. Much appreciated. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up here. You guys have a wonderful evening. All right, have a great Monday. All right, see you later.